Good evening, it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this car here, 1.6 diesel, and this is a Smart Plus model.
Brian's my name. If there's any information you want on this particular car, please do call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits, 086 843 1945.
In this video, I just want to show you around this car here. This is actually part of our own fleet and it's now becoming for sale with quite low mileage, and there's a discounted price on it. The car will be in perfect condition when you get it, but today it's just a little bit dirty because I've actually driven it home this weekend. But in fairness, it ain't as dirty as my partner's car, but she lives in the country, so that's her excuse for not keeping it clean. But I think because the fact we actually have one at home in our own house, you can believe that I actually think these are a really good car. So this particular Civic became part of our own fleet in July, and the mileage is usually pretty low. It's quite low at the moment with only about 2,000 kilometres on it, but when it comes for sale there'll be somewhere in the region of between 3,000 and 5,000 kilometres. And polished metal is definitely one of the most popular colours in it, and it looks really nice.
So what we'll do is we're going to have a look around the outside of the car. We're going to have a quick drive in the car as well, and we'll have a look at the features on the outside. Inside.
So features we're talking about on the front of this car that I like these daytime running lights that come down here. When you see the car from a distance, they're quite cool looking actually. Just gives it kind of a white stance. I love these side markers. I don't know why, I just think they're cool looking. In through here then you've got automatic lights,
which basically means at night time they come on themselves, and when they meet traffic they dip, and when they go into an unlit area they go full by themselves.
And I think the front of these cars, it's so super aggressive looking. It's like nothing else on the road. They really stand out, so they do. I love the way the grills are black on the front, and the actual grill itself on the front is black as well. And just to make things awkward, it's starting to lash rain as usual. But anyway, other things on the front of the car, parking sensors are standard on the front of the car. And we'll see in a while there's also a rear camera with parking sensors on the rear. These cars also have a little radar on them, which is located down here. And what the radar does is a lot of functions on the inside of the car, like adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist. We'll talk about them inside the car. These cars also feature automatic wipers, and believe me, in this country you're going to be using them quite a bit. So moving down the side of the car, it is such a cool looking aggressive shape. The wheels are a 17-inch diamond cut wheel, and if you remember I was talking about the black grills around the front of the car. Well, I think these polished wheels, because they're dark, they suit all the other black accents on the car. And what's also nice in the Smart Plus model, rear privacy glass is also standard on the rear of the car. The keys also got some cool functionality, so basically we can turn on the headlights from here, and on a day like today, which we definitely wouldn't normally do, we can let the windows down. But actually more applicable on a day like today is we're going to be letting the windows up from the inside of the house. The key also allows retraction of the wing mirrors as well. Getting round onto the back of this car then, again the theme of black continues with the black diffuser and the grills, and also a black spoiler along the rear. Well, these taillights are pretty cool, I think, because they're LED all the way around. And one thing I've always noticed on these Civics when they came out first, if you're driving behind one of these at night time, it is such a distinctive shape. You have the little side marker down on the left, and you've got them really cool taillights on the rear. Because the car was part of our own fleet, there's a small little Fitzpatrick's Garages transfer sticker on the rear. However, we will take that off before the car is sold.
But believe me, if you want to leave it on, we won't charge it.
Other things we're talking about in the rear is this spoiler, which actually drags air down along the back and out through here in the most aerodynamic way possible. The engine on these cars is a 1.6 diesel that's a derivative of the one that's been out since 2013. Normal people usually average in the region of about 5 litres per 100 kilometres, which is somewhere in the region of 60 or so miles per gallon, and road tax for the year is €180. This engine runs on a timing chain, and servicing is every 10,000 kilometres for an oil change.
And it's been a reliable engine. These cars haven't been giving us troubles with things like intercoolers, turbos, injectors. They've been a very robust car since 2013.
Isn't that a cool looking car? And actually, while we're on the subject of the engine in these cars, these are, as we're saying, 1.6, but they're 120 horsepower. Let's try that again, because the van pulled out in front of me. Right, okay, so 120 horsepower with 300 newton meters of torque. And there's such a nice car to drive, because where the gear stick is, and this car is a lot wider than the old one as well, so it feels a lot safer and more planted. Not that the old one didn't feel safe or anything, but it's just these ones feel so much wider on the road, and you feel so confident in it because it just feels like it's really stuck to the road. So hopefully this view here will give you a better idea what the car is like to drive. Just going to wait for some traffic and then just going to accelerate up the road. So as you're saying, 300 newton meters of torque, you can really feel it in every gear. So into first, second, into third, and we're up to 100 kilometers an hour. And
like what I was saying then, onto a back road, down to third. It just feels lovely. And they cruise really well as well, actually, on the motorway. Like, it feels like such a bigger car compared to the old one that went before it, which was the Accord, was the bigger cruiser in the Hondas. We don't have the Accord anymore, but the Civic is a damn good substitute. Even at third and fourth, pulls along up to 100 kilometers an hour really well. So if you want a car that looks nice and a car that drives nice, come try this car. Or if you're looking for a Civic and you want one in a nice colour with low mileage at a discounted price, then this is definitely worth considering also. So continuing on, let's have a look around the inside of the car. The boot is mega massive. Unfortunately though, looks like it's getting a bit dark, so I'm going to show you that in the morning. One thing we might be able to continue with though is the interior cabin. So when you're sitting in one of these cars, this is exactly what you're going to see in front of you. So you got these nice big digital clocks in through here, and over here then we have our Honda Connect, that sweet gear stick down through here, and then we have bit of storage with a USB connector, but there's also another USB connector just down through here, which is just off through there. A little bit awkward where they put it, but it does the job. So okay, over here then we got Garmin navigation, we got our audio setup, we got smartphone connection. That's the one that people are mostly using now, which is going to give you things like Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So basically you're getting into the car going, hey Google, tell me a joke, hey Google, bring me to, you know, Dublin Airport or wherever you want to go. That Honda Connect unit also features the reverse camera that we spoke about, which comes with the front and rear sensors. All your climate functions are in through here also, and like the rest of the screen, it's all touch and swipe. Hard buttons here for things like front and rear windscreen demisters and also ring mirror demisters. I spent all over the place there, I have no idea why. Down in through the centre then there is the digital clocks that we talked about, so we can toggle information using this guy here, which is going to give us information like fuel efficiency, average speed, navigation information, speed sign recognition, and then things like safety belts and audio and phone information. Over through here then we will have controls for the radar we were talking about earlier, which incorporates adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist. So when those functions are turned on, the adaptive cruise control will follow the car in front and stay behind them at a certain length, and then the lane keep assist is going to try and keep you between the lanes, which is handy basically if you're falling asleep or something like that. That's going to try and keep you between the lanes normally. And there's also a warning, so one of them warns you if you drift out of your lane by vibrating the steering wheel, but the other one actively tries to keep you between the lanes. Pedals down through here are a nice aluminium kind of setup, and the brakes actually, they have collision mitigation, so under 32 kilometers an hour it's going to try and stop you hitting an object if you don't brake in time and the car senses something's in front of you. Other buttons just located down here then relate to the collision mitigation and parking sensors and lane departure warning we spoke about. The boot is absolutely massive in the back. If you look at the load area, it's really big, and there's a top shelf that actually slides forward and back. It makes such a difference for access. It is one of the most usable and large boots that we have of any of the cars we sell. Look at that. Even when it's loaded up with some bags in a big box, there's still actually half a big boot left. Looking in around the back, there is nice brushed aluminium sections here, and on the handles there's a tweeter here, there's a speaker here, and then in the rear there are, it's a bit dark actually, 3 head restraints. There are 3 3-point safety belts. There's ISOFIX down through here, ISOFIX on the other side, and then after that there's an armrest down in through the centre also. And moving down into the front, it has the same dark nylon seating with height adjustable seat and lumbar support for lower back down there, and also a rake reach steering wheel. So there you have it. That is our Honda Civic polished metal 1.6 diesel Smart Plus demonstrator. This car is for sale at a reduced price. There is low mileage on the car, and it's a really nice car. As you can see, it drives good and looks good, and it's really practical. Anyway, if you want any information on the car, please do give me a shout. 086 843 1945. Brian is my name. Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. Thanks for taking time to watch.